Happy National Magazine Day. I'm Toy Insanity. This is Bert. Liberty Insanity 126, July 1986. Life Magazine is what we're walking through this year. National Magazine Day is every May 21st. Did you know they made a Taurus back in 86? Freedom is cool. Ain't it though? Nice earrings. This Trendy Lady by Craig Pacelli, 14, was selected as part of Life's July celebration for drawings by 8th graders. 3 cheers for the red, white, and blue. Only one shoe is helping her get back into shape. The Autry. I don't think they're still around. Autry is the exclusive athletic shoe license for the Statue of Liberty Ellis Island Foundation. Come on. Life would be empty without Kodak Professional Film. Woo! Feel old yet? Talk about dated. Practice session for French toast. Okay. We're still talking about Lydia, aren't we? Rocket is no treat for the Dutch. Our new 3-door looks like $1 million, but costs less. The beautiful solution to the high cost of comfort. Train, okay. AC units. I stand by my brand. Are we gonna get to Lady Liberty? It's billions bigger than life. The Rock, the Prudential, above and beyond. Chicago Transit Authority, Honda. I've watched the lady all my life now. America the most. White Haagen-Dazs shops will never have the most flavors, even with 3 new ones. 1986. Ford Bronco 2. When did they discontinue the Bronco? Still missing. Our best salesmen are people who didn't buy our phones. 86. Okay, I think we could have just started here. Easy to be a truck, hard to be a Jeep. The new Jeep Comanche. A special souvenir section to celebrate her history, her beauty, her birthday. The landing of a landmark, from Frenchman's Folly to American icon. This photo was taken in June 25th, 1885. This is the pieces of the Statue of Liberty brought over on the sailor steamer Isere, I-S-E-R-E, 214 crates. Some assembly required. Grand design for a grand dame. Workmen displayed the statue's first finished part in 1876. The torch took 10 months to complete. Frederick Auguste Bartholdi, here in his Paris studio, was already an established sculptor when he began his monumental work. This is a very famous photograph. I've always assumed these are things he collected from his travels and not things he sculpted. But you can see early mock-ups of the Statue of Liberty. Liberty was called a remake of the artist's Progress. Yes. So, Progress bringing light to Asia was his 1876 idea. He wanted to put at the opening of the Suez Canal in Egypt, but they said no. So whenever you see an early left-handed Liberty, that's supposed to be Progress bringing light to Asia, and this is probably the first version of Liberty enlightening the world. his monumental idea for America. One of 2 remaining plaster models of the left ear is housed in Bartholdi's birthplace in Colmar, now a museum. Colmar, France. By 1884, a Sunday afternoon call on the lady was a popular excursion for Parisians who complained when she was taken apart for shipment. So it was, first assembled in Paris. This is also a very, very famous photograph. And then the Parisians were like, do we really have to give it to America? And this was a super big deal, getting the pedestal complete. The United States had to pay for the pedestal. Much more expensive, much more complicated than a copper repose statue. This had to be structurally sound to the old Fort Wood, and then also hold Lady Liberty and hold all the museum spots. There's a very early photograph. Hey, it's not a sacrificial altar after all. It's a bar. And guess what? It's stocked with Seagram's. I told you on Ginger Ale Day that Seagram's was more than ginger ale. Portrait of the lady. Oh, beautiful, her spacious size. The 7 spikes of her diadem may represent the seas or the continents or even the sun. Over the years, when the wind blew hard, the right arm lifted and an 8-foot ray made a dent. During the 66 million restoration, the spike was moved 2 inches, but the dent was left untouched. This? Yeah, okay. The spike was moved 2 inches. I never knew that. Oh my gosh, the broken shackle and chains half hidden by the hem are a classic symbol of freedom. The sculptor considered putting them in Liberty's left hand, but softened the revolutionary reference by placing them at her feet. I think a lot of people don't even know the chains are at her feet. Her tear streaks are caused by rain, and they cannot be cleaned without damaging the copper's natural protective green surface. The only major patch is at a tip of the 4.5-foot nose where a hole for drainage had corroded. There's actually a patch here. Or here. I didn't know that either. Kill! The tablet, 23 feet 7 inches high, stands for the Book of the Law. The sculptor's friend in the French organizations of Freemasons urged him to use the symbol inscribed. The date of the Declaration of Independence was an afterthought to personalize the gift. There's Bert. So even, you think about it, the little souvenir statues were sold before the completion. This is written in script, like cursive. An afterthought, huh? Liberty lives only through truth, justice, and light. Truth, justice, light, and law, said Edward René de la Bouillière, the law professor who proposed the statue. To Bartholdi, the torch symbolized enlightenment, but towering 305 feet above the sea level, it was later seen as a welcoming beacon. This is the new torch that was completed in 1986. And maybe we'll get a glimpse of the old torch. So this magazine came out in 86. They really wanted to showcase what had been restored. Here we go. Keepers of the Flame. A team of French artisans reconstruct the torch. There's the old flame. 1886. 1986. It's like a foam mock-up. From the handheld 1/12 size model in the foreground, a full-scale plywood and plaster mock-up was constructed, and after 3 months of subtle resculpting, approved. Very cool. Far left, a French father and son team gilds the flame. After priming, varnishing, sanding, and applying a glue to the copper, Fabrice Gohard picks up a fragile 3.3-inch square leaf of 23.6 karat gold from a calfskin cushion. Then he and Father Robert lightly brush the leaves on the copper. In all, 5,000 $5,1986 worth of gold was used. Nuts and bolts and the cost of repair. New torch, $2 million. Metal work including reinforcing the shoulder, new stairwell, new viewing platform, $5.3 million. Water bath outside, sodium bicarbonate blasting inside, copper repair, $1.8 million. Replacement of the 1,825 armature bars that tie the copper statue to its internal iron skeleton, $3.3 million. Double deck glass elevator, $1.2 million. New entrance lobby and museum, $8.7 million. Now, of course, since 1986, I think opening in 2019 with an entirely new separate museum, so they can get more visitors there daily. The Statue of Liberty Ellis Island Foundation has so far spent at least $66 million of the $252 million donated. Plumbing, electrical wiring, caulking, waterproofing. Whew. Oh, wow. Paraphernalia. Products with promotional punch and patriotic pitch. The statuesque form has been engraved on American consciousness since fundraisers first allowed Liberty to be used as a commercial tool in the 1880s. While a 14-inch money box held pennies for the statue's pedestal fund, a laxative company was offering $25,000 for the right to put Castoria on the pedestal once built. Anyway, these originals of this ephemera, those go so high on eBay. I've seen that one come through eBay, honestly. So yeah, they're really a lot of advertising here. I've used this image in a video. I'd love to get this clock. I kind of am aware of that thimble. Someone made a collage with old postcards. It doesn't say the artist's name. But yeah, I do a video on National Postcard Day. I have some of these images. I have this one. That's cool. Oh, I know about this photo. Human Statue of Liberty, 18,000 officers and men at Camp Dodge, Des Moines, Iowa, and World War I. Look at all these fellas. What a cool idea. Seagram's again. And then American Crafts. That's about Texas, I guess. Nancy Reagan. We've seen ads for at least 3 things. They're all on the same device, modern day, and all fit in our pocket. Land that we love, chronicling our patriotic fervor. Old Glory at the Grand Canyon. This picture is part of a 4th of July article in 1941. In a fashion article, Life said that this bandana, combining bright colors with a noble utterance, should be triangulated and wrapped over the ramparts in halter style. So in '86, they were doing a flashback to the 50s and the 60s. Chiquita Pops. Still camera, photo camera, telephone. All were advertised in here. That's a weird image. The lady with the lamp and the guy with the globe hail each other across New York Harbor, though they found Miss Liberty alluring. The Harlem Globetrotters, a.k.a. the Clown Princes of Basketball, still dote on Sweet Georgia Brown and say they're not about to change their tune. Beer and smokes, and we are done. Yippee skippy, happy National Magazine Day. The 21st of May.